Well, hi everybody, this is Andy Cockgroove, technical evangelist at Tableau. I'm just going to show you how easy it is to make a Maestro flow. This is the first time I've created a flow for a genuine need, and I'm going to see if we can do it in just a few minutes. I have been posting internally in Tableau and externally a few times something I call the sweet spot. 3 interesting things to read every couple of weeks that are about the Tableau mission to help people see and understand data. Here's the most recent one from LinkedIn. I'll put links to that below the video and in the blog post. And what I wanted to know is, after a year of sharing this mostly internally, how many people clicked on these things? What you can see is every single link is a bit.ly link. It's a custom URL. Here they are in the bit.ly app, and I have all my links. But how many times was each link clicked on? Well, I can export the data, and if you do that, you get a CSV. Here's the CSV in Excel. Now, sometimes titles of blog posts don't come down in that data. It's just the way the HTML is set up, and I don't recognize articles by the custom URL. So what I did is create an Excel file with the titles in, and what I want to do in Maestro is do a blend. Now, I could do this in Tableau, but I wanted to just see how easy it was to do in Maestro. So I have a CSV with a title field, some of which are blank, and I have an Excel file with the correct files that I'd want to add in to replace the nulls. You know, as this CSV expanded, I would extend the Excel file with those missing titles rather than just do it. So it's a simple blend. Could do it in a couple of minutes in Tableau, but let's just see how cool it is in Maestro. This is Maestro Beta 2. I'm going to connect to data. I'm going to connect to a text file and get to my right place and connect to the bitlinks CSV downloaded from bit.ly. Next, I'm going to add the Excel file. These are the missing titles. So the first thing I want to do is join these, and you can drag and drop one onto the other. Now, there's a little tip here. In order to do the left and right correctly, you drag the thing you want to be the left side of the join onto the thing you want to be the right side of the join. So now blue is the left and orange is the right. By default, it's an inner join, but I want it to be a left join. So I'm going to take all the records from the CSV and the records, all the records from the CSV. Just click on the different circles to toggle the different kinds of joins. Fun little thing to play with. So I've got my join, and it looks like all my rows are matched, so that's great. There are 9 titles to fill in. All right, next I need to add a step to create the calculation. What I'm going to do is do a calculation to check if one of the titles is null, then replace it with the other title. So this is a step, and now I've got my 3 panes. I've got my flow, I've got my sort of data window, my data preview window, and the data itself down at the bottom. I'm going to create a calculated field, and I'll call this article title. And I'll use the if null feature. So if title is null, then replace it with title 1. That's it. Tableau tells me that, Maestro tells me that is valid, so I'm going to save that. And here you go. You can see I've now got this field down here. Altered states was one of the fields which was null in the original data set. And I can see it's found it. So that's the calculation created. Now, having created the calculation, I no longer need the original title fields because they're just duplication. So I'm going to remove the title field from there, and the place it also appears from here. So I'm hiding values. I'll also delete the duplicated long URL because we've got long URL is our join field. So I'm going to remove that straight away. Incidentally, in the join, Maestro automatically found the right join clause, but does recommend alternative ones. Maybe you join on title, but it did do that correctly for me. I did 2 operations on the step. I did a calculation and removed some fields. They are there as the icons, and if you expand this pane you can see all 4 of those things we did. There you go, I've done it. So now the next thing I need to do is add an output, and I'm going to call that the sweet spot clicks. I'll output it as an extract. I could do that as hyper or a CSV, and I'm going to put that onto my desktop just so we can find it quickly. So accept the location, and there you go, I've created a flow. I'm bringing in 2 inputs, a CSV and an Excel file. I'm joining them with a left join. I'm writing a calculation and hiding a couple of fields. Tableau Maestro tells me that's in use, so I'll just change that. And then I created an output. So it's 2 input files, a join, some manipulation, and an output. And that is it. I run the flow, and I've created a Maestro flow which does a blend and a bit of data hiding in just about 3 minutes. If I go into Tableau and click on the extract, sweet spot clicks 2 TDS, here's my data. I can bring in all the article titles. Notice how there's no nulls. Look at the clicks for all time. Do a sort and see that the most popular link I shared this year was from The Economist. Let's go and see what it is. So I'll put that on the detail. Do worksheet actions, URL. So this was a great article from the Economist, from their just a great conversation about conversations between different genders and how some of that has been researched and validated by data. So there you go. In just a few minutes, we have created a flow in Maestro which basically blends 2 data sets to get rid of the nulls. It's that easy. I'd love to know your comments. I'd love to know what you've done with Maestro. I'd love to start seeing people's flows getting created like this. That's it. All right. Have a great day. Goodbye.